Friday, October 30th. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Took me a long time to fall asleep last night, but I got awake at 8:30. So I decided to get up. I'm not that happy with how my sleeping's going, and I think if I try to shift my sleeping schedule back down a little bit, I will be happier. So I thought, since I'm awake, why lay here and try to fall back to sleep? I didn't look at my cowl. I just threw it on to keep my neck warm. This is the Copenhagen Cowling by Isabel Kraemer. That's the name of the cowl pattern. It's a lovely pattern, which I threw on in the dark and basically put on inside out. And I'm also wearing my Carina sweater, also by Isabel Kraemer. And I don't think I've worn these earrings. Now I have a lot of, several pair of turquoise and silver earrings, but I don't think I wore these. But if I did, you will forgive me, I hope. I'm sure I told you that Isabel story yesterday. I'm sure that story you heard before a few days earlier. I'm becoming one of, that friend with a bad memory who, have I told you that story? And, you just sit there and you just say, oh, why don't you tell me again, just in case I forgot, I appreciate you just being nice about it. All right. Well, my crook feels better in my neck, so I want my cowl to be tight around my neck. So this is a long cowl, and I can go 3 times if I want it really close to my neck. And apparently that's what I want. I'm on it from my crook. It's a little chilly today. It's going to be in the 40s, and we're having a freeze tonight, Dennis says, so I do need to remember to bring in my mint. I'm not outside because it's chilly and wet. It rained yesterday. Dennis said it wasn't going to be rainy today, but it was raining at 6 o'clock, and it's still very wet, and I didn't go out, so it could even be raining. Sorry about the glare on my glasses. I tried to fix that, but it turns out that's the reflection of the camera on my phone. So this is one of those pictures where if I look really closely, it goes on to infinity. So that's why I'm up early and why I'm inside. And it's also the reason there's not going to be any dogs, because they're still up with Dennis. And I will let them out after they get their treat, and they get their treat when I take Dennis's tea. And then we only have Pearl. We don't have Pearl going up and down the steps too many times, because if she came down with me, then she'd have to go back up to get her treat. I'm feeling good today. My physical therapy went great, and I can cross off some things from my list, because beside me is a pile of mail. And that pile of mail is my advent going to Megan in New Zealand, and I'm hoping that a month and 2 days is enough time to get it there. That is Verina's Craft from Your Stash 3rd quarter yarn prize that she won because she's been participating in the my mouth wants to say crash. It's not a crash. It's a craft from your stash. Knit along that I'm doing with the wonderful Leslie all year. This is our 2nd year doing it. And It has been so, that's Leslie from the Not Quite Enough Yarn podcast if you're new to the vlog. And the idea is that you're using yarn that you have had for some time. It had to have been in your stash in 2019 or earlier. And project started this year. Probably not a problem now. And it's so much fun to shop in your stash. So much fun. Now I understand some people don't have stash, but I do have a lot of yarn. Oh, I can't remember if it was Maryland Sheep and Wool or Rhinebeck a couple years ago. I think it was Maryland Sheep and Wool. I think I bought 5 sweaters worth of yarn, or 4 sweaters worth of yarn. And I have made one sweater from that yarn, although I haven't put the buttons on it yet. Oh, just that on my list. See, my list, I don't have put buttons on my sweater on my list. I'm putting it on right now. Because I haven't done that yet, and I told you last week or the week before that I would do that, and I did not. I only have 2 things on my list now. Pay my bill. I have a bill, a medical bill, like, you know, I think it was an x-ray. My x-ray turned out to be more than Medicare covered, I guess, and I owe them money. Oh, I think it was my deductible. So, pay it, and they've been sending me a bill, and I've been ignoring it because, you know, who pays bills with checks in the mail anymore? I tried to pay it when I was there again, and the woman who was sitting there couldn't figure out how to take my payment because it was a different system. So, anyway, and put buttons on the sweater. I crossed everything else off, so it looks like I should have started a new list. Because I'm going to pay that bill before I go to the post office. I mean, I'm going to write it up, so. Okay, there we went, boring. So, that's one reason why I feel really good, because I'm going to get my Advent out in time, and Verena is finally going to get her prize. I do hope that's in time. They should be able to get a package to New Zealand by December 1st, right? My other reason I'm smiling is that my first pattern from my knit vent arrived. Linda, the lovely Linda, gave me knit vent as a gift, and it's coming every Thursday, and it's the Helen Stewart Curious Handmade knit vent, and it's another cowl that uses minis. The funny thing about this cowl, though, is it has stripes, so that if you're going to use your Advent minis, you have to wait 2 days. I mean, you know, my idea is that I'll knit, you know, the section of my new color each day, and so that by Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, I'll be wearing my new cowl. But if you have stripes, then you need 2 colors, so you have to wait 2 days. Except I'm having 2 yarny knit vents, so I'm confident that I will be able to figure out how to stripe them, and I will just be picking whichever yarns I want to do next from my Advents from Megan and the Crafty Toads. So this one is called There Is No It's called the Hearten Cowl, Hearten. To hearten is to encourage, to give heart. It's an especially beautiful kind of love focused on bringing comfort and joy wherever they are most needed. There's a cute picture of it. What a cute. So anyway, I'm very excited, and I am saving this to be done with my advents. And I may try to figure out how to do my Andromeda cap as an advent also. She has... This pattern was a gift from the wonderful Chevis. And I haven't made a hat in a long time. And I thought that I will. Oh, see, this is sport. This is for sport weight or worsted. Well, maybe I won't do it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll find some worsted leftovers and do that. So those are the two things I'm thinking about for Advent, but I'm not thinking about the cap anymore. Excuse me, but I am doing this for sure. I like to do something, you know, every day with my Advents. And in the past, I've done a sockhead hat, and I've done mini socks, and I've done elves, although I wouldn't mind doing some more elves. I keep giving away elves. So my elf lineup on top of my TV get smaller. Well, the elves are so cute, made out of the champagne bottle lids. Corks. And Dennis has been collecting corks. We do like a bubbly. We like a Cabo, our sort of daily, our sort of everyday, one of our everyday wines that we like to drink. Mostly they're Dennis's wines, but every once in a while we want a Cava. And so he's been collecting these corks for me. And every once in a while I say, "She's going to empty this bowl or I'm going to throw them away." Because I always have it in my mind, I'm going to make more elves. So anyway, I'm feeling good. My list is small. I need to turn it over and start over. Because obviously if I don't have put buttons on my list, I'm not maintaining my list very well. So I need to sit down and think about what do I need to do. And I was trying to do something yesterday, and the dining room is a complete disaster. And I think I need to go through my stuff in the dining room and start undisastering the dining room, which means I'm then going to undisaster upstairs too. So I have too much stuff. I have so much stuff. I have a lot of stuff. So I'm feeling pretty good. It's early today. And I'm still a little crook, but I've got my Copenhagen calling on, and for Christmas Day, I'll have my Hearten Cowl. I'll be interested to see my colors and how they work together, because I do want a cowl that I like the way it goes, and I will wear. So if I get to a place where I really I'm not sure about a color, I might not add to it that day and wait for my two more colors from the next day. Just so that I'm happy with the cowl when I'm done. Because there's no... Although the Crafty Toad showed some yarns that, you know, they did their advent and found 6 colors didn't go. The 6 colors were beautiful. They held them up, and they were going to sell them as, you know, orphan sets, because they had to redo other colors that went together better. So their planning on their colors all going together. They probably have the idea that people will put them in a cowl or something like that. So that's good. So it's possible that I'll end up with all colors from the Crafty Toads if, because I'm imagining the yarns from Megan are going to be all over the rainbow. I'm sending her things all over the rainbow. So, you know, there was no coordinating going on there. And I'm sure that's true with her too, because, you know, we're sending each other minis from our projects and things. Anyway, I seem to be rambling. So I'm feeling good. I am going to the post office as soon as, right after I give Dennis his tea. Probably be up before this video. I mean, I'll probably be at the post office before this video's up. So that's good. So my plan for today is to kind of chill. Because I got things done yesterday. Probably won't be out too much, but hopefully it will. We'll be able to walk the dogs. Dennis walked the dogs yesterday. There was a little bit of a break in the rain. He walked them while I was at physical therapy, so they did get their walk, which was good. And we're going to the in-laws tonight to visit. Vicky's still there. We want to see her as much as we can while she's visiting and see how everybody's doing. And so that's the plan. I did work on my boxing yesterday. I haven't worked on my silverling in a little while. I think I'll be picking that up this weekend. Although I always get inspired. I'm only about an inch away from splitting for the sleeves on the boxy, the purple boxy I'm making for my niece, Janine. I found out from my brother she has not moved to Pennsylvania yet. She's the one who lives in California, who's planning on moving to Pennsylvania, but her boyfriend is nervous about the trip, driving across the country during COVID times. I don't blame him. So they're still in California, but if they're coming, I imagine they'll get here before Christmas. Either way, I'm probably not going to be able to go visit them at Christmas anyway, so I can mail it to her in California if I need to do that. But I'm soon splitting for the sleeves for her boxy, so. Funny how boxy is my new socks, you know, something I can just sit and knit and don't have to think about. It's nice. You always need that kind of project. I do anyway. During the time of COVID, I need something that I can just, my little twiddle muff. I just sit there and knit. I don't have to look. I don't have to think about it. I just knit. And lucky for me, Christy wants one too. So I have an idea for that. We'll see what happens. But meanwhile, oh, I thought it's weird. She doesn't put the name of the cowl on there, but she did. It just got cut off at the bottom of my printer. Heart and cowl. Okay, I am rambling. So I will be doing some crafting, doing some relaxing, going to the post office, getting things crossed off my list. I was just going to say maybe I'll put the buttons on that sweater. If I'm wearing it tomorrow, you know I did that. All right, I'm going to let you go. Please take good care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Please be careful. COVID's going crazy. They're locking down and back down in a lot of Europe now. And although I did watch a report where they're opening up, Melbourne's opening up because they only had one new case last week. So they've been in strict lockdown for 4 months, and it seemed to have worked. But, you know, I'm wondering what the effect is of the difference in seasons. Because, you know, Europe and the United States, everybody wanted to be out and about in the summertime, and so the states opened up too early. In Australia, they were there in winter, and so they also now are opening up for summer. So I hope that doesn't backfire for them. But they were in lockdown longer, and hopefully it has had a good effect. They do worry about the northern climate going into the winter with a high COVID count because of, you know, air traveling on the heating systems and people being inside and things like that. So, you know, you can't eat outside in Pennsylvania in the winter. I don't care how many heaters you have on your patio. I can't see it working. I did see a picture of an outdoor cafe in New York City that had tents around each table. Clear plastic tents around each table. You know, it's bubbles. Wonder if that'll work. I don't know. How do they get to put a fan in there between customers? Clear out that air and put in new air? I don't know. Anyway. So that's it for me. No more rambling. I will see you tomorrow. Please stay safe and stay safe.